Antarctica is bigger than all of the oceans and all of the continents combined. It is not this friggin' stupid little island down here, okay? And you want to prove the Earth is a globe, this is how you do it. You get 2 big airplanes, and you bring them right here to Antarctica. You fill them up, right? And then you and I are on there, Neil deGrasse Tyson, science teachers, everyone. You just load them up with people that are interested in proving this. I'm from both sides, flat earthers and globe earthers. And one of them, you fly about 1,000 feet off the ground so you can see the land clearly, and you just follow the shoreline. You stay offshore, you follow the shoreline. Everyone's looking out the left window. On this one, everyone's looking out the right window. This is 13,000 miles around, so 6,500 miles later, both planes should meet over here, right?
Yeah.
Sounds legit, right? The problem with that is it's never going to happen, one, because they won't let us, because it can't be done. And the last person to try that, realistically, if I can find my picture, was Captain Cook. You know the name? And it took him 3.5 years. It took him 3.5 years. Here it is. And he went over 60,000 miles. 60,000, not 13,000, over 60,000 miles to go around. And guess what? Like measuring how far that is, it's really hard because all the ships there's many stories of many ships out there. They say they're calculating their speed. And then at the end of the day, they're like, we're 50 miles off reckoning. Why are we 50 miles off? And it's because GPS is telling you how far you've gone. GPS is run by NASA. Okay. Radar is run by NASA. Okay. There's no way. There's also currents out there. There's this Antarctic race that goes the sailboat race around. It's supposedly around Antarctica, where it's not. It's actually much higher. They go around 50 degrees. You know, they dip down under here, I think, or maybe they even cut through. I'm not sure. And then they're above 50 degrees, so they're going around here, and it takes them. I forget the time. Is it a month or whatever it is to do it? And these are these racing boats that are amazing. These boats are known to go up to 40 miles an hour. Okay.
Right.
But they do it and they go, okay, well, it took us 30 days and it's with at this latitude, it should be, 18,000 miles. So we were going 3 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour on average. Okay. I'm like, these boats in no wind go 10 miles an hour. Okay. In wind, they're faster than many speedboats. Okay. And they do we must have been going 3 miles an hour. I guess we were going against a heavy, water speed or whatever, a current, right? They just make up excuses. They're like, no, you're moving, but they're telling you it's 15,000 miles and it's really, 50,000 miles. And people just, okay. So let's, I want to talk about some plane flights. Okay, so you would agree if we live on a ball, things in the north, equal latitudes north, would be the same as things in the south. Seasons would be 6 months apart when we're opposite sides of the sun because of the tilt, right? During our summer, we're tilted towards the sun. During our winter, the bottom side of the ball is tilted towards the sun. So, 50 degrees north and 50 degrees south should have similar weather. 60 degrees north, 60. That's not the case at all. But flight paths should be the same also. So if we look at some flight paths, and also things happen. There's emergency landings have never make sense on a globe. From Hawaii to New York, there was an emergency that happened and they landed in Seattle, which is like 1,000 miles out of the way. Why? Because Hawaii, Seattle, New York. It's a straight line on a flat Earth map. Check this one out. London to, Pakistan? And they stopped in Moscow, emergency landing. Moscow's all the way over here. Why did they go to Moscow? Okay.
Right.
It's going to get worse. Beijing to Dallas, emergency landing in Calgary. Way out of the way. Okay. But look at it on a flat Earth map. It's right here. Straight line. Every single one of these emergency landings happen to work perfectly on a flat Earth map. Same thing, stopped in Moscow from Chicago to Dor, is it? I can't say it. And we're right here, straight line again on the map. But now it's going to get very interesting. So this red line is the equator. Okay. Anything outside the red line is this outer southern hemiplane. You call it the hemisphere. Anything inside this is called the inner northern hemiplane, also known as the hemisphere. Going from Buenos Aires to Johannesburg, they go all the way up to friggin' Amsterdam. Inside, crossing the equator. The equator's right here. Okay? But it looks a little better on a flat Earth map. It's still a little bit of a jag, but let's look at another one. Here is Lima, Peru to Auckland. Lima, Peru to Auckland. Why don't they just cut across here? It's like 5,000 miles. It's because this is the trip. Auckland to Los Angeles to Lima, Peru. It's a straight line. So now, get the longitude and latitudes of these two.
Where are you pulling these from, by the way?
Okay,
you're pulling this trip.
I'm
These
going to
are
show
trips
you
that happened.
These are trips that these are trips that actually happen, and I'm going to show you where to find all this information. Because, by the way, do not believe anything I say. I'm going to give you more homework than you've ever had in your entire life, but I'm going to make it super easy for you, and fascinating. Like homework in school, I hated it. It was horrible. This, I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning so I can just do more. All right. This stuff is fascinating. So now look at the longitude, the latitude of these two places. Go into the north, find two airports that are the same distance apart, according to the globe, at the same northern latitudes, and ask yourself, how come they don't go all the way into the southern hemisphere, and just like those go into the north? Okay. If this is the north, and I gave you two push pins and say pick any two northern airports anywhere in here, none of those flights will ever cross the equator. None of them will ever cross the equator. Northern point to northern destination, northern origin to northern destination will never cross the equator. But many southern flights, like Santiago to Sydney, crosses the northern, right? Santiago to Sydney, it goes all the way up here and all the way over. And the reason being, because it's a straight line. It's a straight line. Okay?
This is fascinating, this is fascinating. Okay.
Now there's some newer flights that don't make stops and may be taking an outer loop, and we've discovered how they do that. But this is a book that tells it all. It's free online. It's a PDF, or if you want the coffee table book, which I love, 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. It's on lulu.com. It's awesome. And anybody that picks it up becomes a flat earther. So be careful. Warn people, like you have dinner guests over. Hey, honey, I went over Greg's house for dinner, and now I'm a flat earther. So you got to make sure, both couples come over, because if you have one of them and they go home flat earther to a globe earther, it causes an issue. All right. You got to convert them at the same time.
It's fine. I don't have a lot of couples come over, but tell me this: pilots.
Yes.
By the way, all couples are welcome. Anybody listening, it's fine. We can talk about this all night. I love this. But here's what I was going to say, Dave. Yeah, what do they think? What about these people in commercial airlines? Do you think they turn to each other and go, "Hey, it's pretty weird that we go this route"? Yeah, talk to me about that.
Yeah, so let me talk to you about that. So this is called the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. This is my app. This is not why I'm here. I'm not here to sell apps. I left a very lucrative company that I started to be ridiculed by people and trolled day and night. So to sell a $3 app. So here's what my recommendation.
Thank you for your service here.
Yeah, do not buy the app. Just go read the reviews, okay, in the App Store and the Google Play Store. But I'm jumping forward. If I hit the question mark to frequently asked questions, come up. And what about pilots and scientists? Click that puppy. Click that, and up come. You hit open YouTube, and up comes a playlist of videos of pilots' testimonies, all sorts of stuff that YouTube will not serve you. You can search these by name and channel, and they won't show up for like 10 pages down. You'll get Psyop Van Dan, and you get all the propaganda that they want. So again, all of your questions are answered here.